You're not crazy and you're not falling apart. If you're feeling pressure in the head, tightness in the chest, buzzing under the skin, sudden heat, chills, emotional surges, vivid dreams that feel like messages, this can be one of the most disorienting parts of awakening, especially when you're the sensitive one who has always felt life more intensely than everyone around you. And when nobody around you understands it, your mind goes to the oldest fear: something is wrong with me. So let me offer you a different frame, mystical but practical. A grounded note: if you're experiencing severe symptoms, fainting, intense or worsening chest pain, or anything that truly alarms you medically, get checked by a professional. Awakening is not an excuse to ignore your health. It's an invitation to listen wisely. Now, the frame. Your body is not just flesh. It's an intelligent pattern, a living architecture, and sacred geometry in the body doesn't mean you're walking around with a floating symbol above your head. It means your system organizes itself through repeating structures, spirals, lattices, branching networks, rhythm cycles, because that's how nature creates stability. Look at a leaf vein pattern, a river delta, a shell spiral, the way lightning branches, the way a snowflake forms. These are not random decorations. They are nature's way of moving energy and information efficiently. Your body is made of the same language. Your nervous system is a branching tree of signals. Your lungs are a fractal of airways. Your heart is a rhythmic engine that creates waves through your blood, your tissues, your brain. Your connective tissue, your fascia, is a web that holds tension and releases it like a tensegrity structure, distributing force through the whole body rather than one point. In subtle language, traditions described centers of rotation, chakras, because they could feel that certain regions behave like hubs. They could feel the spine as a pillar of signal. They could feel the heart as a field. Different words, same reality. You are pattern. Now here's the key. Awakening isn't just becoming spiritual. It's your system changing the pattern it lives in. Most people who feel intense symptoms have been living in a survival geometry for a long time. It's a pattern shaped by bracing, scanning, holding, performing, pushing, suppressing. The breath gets small, the jaw tightens, the shoulders rise, the belly hardens, the mind loops, the body becomes a set of sharp corners, and then something begins to shift. Maybe you start telling the truth. Maybe you stop abandoning yourself. Maybe you start feeling again. Maybe your soul decides it's time, and the system tries to move from a survival pattern into a coherence pattern. Coherence has a shape. You've seen this in sound experiments. When vibration is chaotic, sand on a plate looks like noise. When the tone becomes clean, the sand snaps into crisp geometric lines. That's cymatics, form emerging from frequency. Your body does something similar. When your inner rhythms are scattered, you feel scattered. When your breath, heart, and nerves synchronize, the pattern returns, and the same energy that felt like overwhelm begins to feel like flow. It's smoother, rounder, more evenly distributed, less spiky, less all in the head, more circulating through the whole body like a steady current. But when a system reorganizes, there's a phase where it feels messy, because old roots are dissolving and new roots are forming, like remodeling a house while you still live in it. Walls come down, wiring gets replaced, dust fills the air, and for a while it looks worse before it looks clean. That remodeling is what many people call awakening symptoms. Head pressure can show up when your attention is living too high and your system is trying to rebalance, moving you out of constant thinking and into embodied presence. Chest tightness can show up when the heart is finally releasing stored emotion and your vagus nerve is learning that it's safe to open. Buzzing and tingles can show up when your nervous system is thawing, when circulation and sensation return to places that were numb, braced, or cut off. Heat and chills can show up when your system swings between activation and release. And the emotional waves, those are often old charges moving. The body doesn't forget what you survived. It stores the shape of it, breath patterns, muscle tension, posture, vigilance. When awakening brings more awareness into the body, that stored shape can finally unwind. Vivid dreams can intensify because the psyche is reorganizing too. Your mind starts processing what you didn't have time to feel, and your nervous system releases unfinished signals. Even if the dreams are strange, they often mean deeper layers are moving. Now let's talk about why you feel this more strongly than people around you. Sensitivity is not fragility. Sensitivity is resolution. You have more interoception, the ability to feel internal signals. You detect micro changes in breath, heartbeat, energy, emotion. You also often have more environmental attunement, meaning your field picks up other people's moods, rooms, noise, tension, unspoken expectations. If you grew up having to read the room to stay safe, your system learned to reach outward constantly. So when your pattern shifts, you feel every stage of it. While someone else might just feel a little off, you feel the blueprint being redrawn in real time. And here's the part I want you to hear clearly. Being sensitive doesn't mean you're doomed to suffer. It means you need clearer structure. Sacred geometry is not only expansion, it's boundaries. It's containment. It's the difference between a lamp with a shade and a bare bulb that blinds itself. When your energy is uncontained, awakening can feel like overload. When your energy has shape, awakening becomes livable. So the goal is not to stop symptoms. The goal is to help your system stabilize into its new pattern. And I'm going to give you practices that do exactly that. Without forcing, without dramatizing, without trying to power through. Keep listening, because in a moment, I'll show you how to calm the flare-ups and help your body settle into coherence. Here's the first support, the heart lattice breath. Place a hand over your heart and imagine a soft honeycomb lattice in the center of your chest, gentle hexagons made of warm golden light, not sharp, not intense, just organized. On the inhale, imagine the lattice expanding evenly in all directions, like your chest has room. On the exhale, imagine the lattice stabilizing, each cell becoming smooth and aligned. Now add one detail. Let the exhale be a little longer than the inhale, even by 1 second. That longer exhale tells your nervous system, we're safe enough to settle. If you want to deepen it, add a very soft hum on the exhale, barely audible. Feel the vibration in the chest and throat. This turns buzzing into something you are directing, not something that is happening to you. Do 9 breaths like this. If your mind tries to chase the head pressure or the tingles, don't wrestle it. Redirect with softness, back to the heart lattice. Your body learns where the center is by repetition, not by force. Second support, the 5-point grounding hold. This is for moments when the energy feels too high, too fast, too electric. Bring your awareness to 5 points, the soles of both feet, the base of your spine, the center of your chest, the back of your neck, and the space behind your eyes. You're not doing anything dramatic. You're simply noticing those 5 points at once. Then do this. Press your tongue gently to the roof of your mouth, relax your jaw, and soften your belly. Now gently widen your vision. Soft eyes, no staring. as if you can see the whole room at once. This pulls the system out of threat focus and into safety. Stay with the 5 points for 30 slow seconds. This is geometry as orientation. You're giving the system coordinates so it doesn't spin in sensation. Third support, the micro ritual of permission. When symptoms flare, the mind often turns them into a battle. I need this to stop. I can't handle this. That inner resistance tightens the body, which amplifies the sensations, which increases fear. So here is the ritual, quiet, simple, and powerful. Put one hand on your heart, one hand low on your belly. Inhale gently, and on the exhale say, I am not in danger, I am in change. Inhale again, and on the exhale, my body is reorganizing. Inhale again, and on the exhale, I can go slower and still evolve. Then do one tiny act of cooperation with your body. Drink water, eat something grounding, step outside, dim the lights, turn off the noise, lie on the floor with your knees up. Not because you're weak, because you're intelligent. Coherence is built through small choices repeated, not heroic intensity. And there's one more thing I want to name because it's common for sensitive souls. Sometimes what you call awakening symptoms are your boundaries begging to exist. If your chest tightens around a certain person, that's data. If your head pressure spikes after scrolling or overgiving, that's data. If your buzzing intensifies in crowded places, that's data. Your system is learning a new pattern, and part of that pattern is learning what you can carry and what you will no longer carry. You are not becoming less loving by having boundaries. You are becoming more coherent. So let this be the bigger reframe. You are not a malfunctioning body. You are a recalibrating instrument. You are not too much. You are finely tuned. You are not being punished by sensations. You are being invited into a new structure, one that can hold your sensitivity without collapse. And it won't happen overnight. A living temple takes time to build. But every time you choose the heart lattice breath instead of panic, every time you anchor into your feet instead of spinning, every time you grant permission instead of resistance, you lay another stone in that temple. If you want ongoing guidance for awakening, sacred geometry, and sensitivity, subscribe and explore more videos here. You don't have to navigate this alone, and you don't have to be afraid of your own energy. Your body is not failing. It is learning a higher order, and you are becoming a living architecture of light, stable, clear, and finally, at home in yourself.